This is Nick. He's come all the way from the street in Somerset. 3 hours it took him. And this is Abe.
Hello.
Say hello, Abe.
Hello. How's everybody?
You notice that accent? He's come all the way from Canada this evening. Via Oxford.
You need to get away from that call.
And if you've been on the website, I'm Alice Offley. Thank you. So the object of these evenings, wasn't my intention to ever play one of these, just to set it up and sit and enjoy the acoustic music, which is my passion, but I'm filling in for Alice, who's got a better offer in Bristol. So these guys are going to entertain you with all original songs, no covers in the song. They'll probably talk a little bit, I hope. Abe says that he's not very chatty on stage, but we're going to have to change that soon, aren't we? Abe? Okay. So they'll actually be about the songs or their drive from street and stuff like that, and I hope you enjoy them. I've listened to loads of their stuff and I love them. So we're going to kick off with Nick.
Hello. I'm going to start with a song called Wonderwall. Not really. That wasn't even funny. It gets funnier, I can assure you. Right, so I've never done this sort of thing before, but I've always wanted to. It's going to be good fun, I think. We'll have a lot of fun up here. Instead of explaining what sort of musical upbringing I've had, I'm just going to do a song which is all about my musical upbringing. Although I'm going to now say a little bit about that. It was pretty much Irish. My brother listened to Irish music all the time, and I used to listen to it through his door. And then it gradually got into me a bit. And so this is a song all about my love of Irish music, and it's called "I've Never Been to Dublin Before." I sit with my ear to the glass and the glass to the door. It's the door to the room where the music is playing. Don't go, don't leave me now, 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 now. Sometimes the door will be open enough, and I'll sit on the step and I'll listen to what they were slurring. It was something about a factory wall. I grew up on Liam and Davey and Mike, and on Glenn and on Shane and on Paul. But I've never been to Dublin before. I've never been to Dublin before. The days I liked most were the trips to the coast, with the top down, the tape in, the sound up, singing along. Sing a song, a powerful song. The long trip to Greenbelt in your Renault 18 felt much shorter with fisherman's blues, and this is the sea. Don't bang the drum, don't bang the drum. I grew up on Liam and Davey and Mike, and on Glenn and on Shane and on Paul. But I've never been to Dublin before. I've never been to Dublin before. And I'll get on my tax and I'll sing with an accent with which I had never been born. And just for the crack, make a hole in my scratch plate to fit in a little bit more. But I've never been to Dublin before. I've never been to Dublin before. I sit with my ear to the glass and the glass to the door. It's a door to the room where the music is playing. 44 beautiful dancers. Now I put my ear to the plug and the plug to the jack and the jack to the phone, where I hear you again. I see your heart and raise you mine. I grew up on Liam and Davey and Mike, and on Glenn and on Shane and on Paul. And I'll wear clothes like my dad had, and I'll shoot down to Dadgad, and I'll play till my fingers are raw. I'll stand on the street, I'll sing till I'm beat, I'll play all my songs in 3/4. But I've never been to Dublin before. I've never been to Dublin before. Cheers. Thank you.
That was clever.
I have actually been as well. I did.
I heard the term a few weeks back, Club 27, and apparently Amy Winehouse, Jimi Hendrix, Janis Joplin, Jim Morrison, and loads of others were all 27 when they died. This song might sound slightly cruel, but I kind of think that they did themselves a favour because they didn't have time to become crap, did they? Like Rod Stewart and Elton John and Paul McCartney. No, I'm not saying that those people should have died, but this is my tongue-in-cheek look at the fact that some musicians should give up when they cease being any good. And also, they can escape from the paparazzi, can't they? So this song's got references to the paparazzi and crappy musicians. We loved you when you were a fresh-faced kid. You could have spoiled that love, but you never did. You could have overstayed your welcome, but God forbid heroes are made this way. Let's face it, no star can shine forever. I've never known one to give endless pleasure. We keep on getting crap, holding out for treasure. Even greatness fades. The stain didn't block your copybook. The book got pulled before it overtook. Now you'll always be as good as you were at the end. Your greatness will never fade. Your brilliance and the part you played seems so much greater, cause you couldn't stay. I will be the one to lift the lid. It's lucky you died when you did. Lucky you died when you did. There's always more than a little dust. Just about those who are paid to flirt with the ones you loved and the ones you hurt. They do it oh so well, but you weren't here long enough to bear much stress from the blood-sucking scumbags of the gutter press. They can point their lenses at your home address unless you've gone to hell. Club 27 made that call. Heaven clearly needed rock and roll. Left the paparazzi miserable cause they missed out. Now your greatness will never fade. Your brilliance and the part you played seems so much greater cause you couldn't stay. I will be the one to lift the lid. Lucky you died when you did. It's lucky you died when you did. Some people just don't know when to stop, despite flagging sales and another flop. I think a gun to the head should make the penny drop. Who's going to be the first? Cause we must put a stop to these heinous crimes. We should have done them in when they were in their prime, cause they were only good for such a short time. Now they keep doing their worst. Cause art is really effortless if you will pass the litmus test. To urge, to challenge, to confess, to be great. And so your greatness will never fade. Your brilliance and the part you played seems so much greater, 'cause you couldn't stay. I will be the one to lift the lid. It's lucky you died when you did it. It's lucky you died when you did. It's lucky you died when you did. It's lucky you died when you did. Lucky you died when you did.
Right. So I'm glad these guys are A, good at talking, and B, write funny songs that don't make you want to kill yourself. It's I'm not that good at talking, I'm told. Probably make you want to kill yourself. But hopefully in a nice way. I'm in a band called Breath by Falls, but tonight it's a very small band. It's just me. This is a song called Canada.
On the trader shores with their trader mouth, I could have flown a mountain range with my thick gull heart, but I couldn't keep the sails from tearing apart. Edmund Fitzgerald is gone. Mary Ellen Carter was only ever a song. If we thought we'd make Canada together, well, we were wrong. About places where I've never been, nevertheless called home. And I would need an owl song to guide me there, but I would need a miracle to keep me there. Edmund Fitzgerald is gone. Mary Ellen Carter was only ever a song. And if we thought we'd make Canada together, well, we were wrong. Edmund Fitzgerald is gone. Mary Ellen Carter was only ever a song. And if we thought we'd make Canada together, well, we were wrong. If we thought we'd make Canada together, well, we were wrong. If we thought we'd make Canada together, well, we were wrong.
Hi. I've been
last week. I was in Croatia doing some gigs, and after the second one, I lost my voice completely. They have, not completely, but a lot of it. They're still allowed to smoke everywhere and drink all night, and that happened. And I lost my voice. So I've had to put all my songs down a few tones, but I don't think it will matter because no one's seen me before. But this is a song. A friend of mine got married, had 3 children, and then he got a brain tumour and he died. And I wanted to write something. I've got a wife and children, and I wanted to write something that, if I found myself in his situation, I could leave as a note. So it's a little bit not as happy as my last one, but I'll be happy again later. This is a song called The Things That I Miss. Are we allowed to sell CDs? Yeah. Okay, well, I have a few CDs with me if you're interested. This is on it. Cheers. This is The Things That I Miss.
Seeing you smile as you walk down the road, the hug and the welcome home kiss, and hearing about what you did in your class are just some of the things that I miss. The chat at the table at the end of the day, the hug and the 10th goodnight kiss, face as you're falling asleep are just some of the things that I miss. Please take care of our children, love, and tell them I wanted to stay, and tell them I'm sorry I couldn't be here, and tell them I love them each day. Some of the things that I miss. Please take care of our children, love, and tell them I wanted to stay, and tell them I'm sorry I couldn't be here, and tell them I love them each day. And you turn and you're grown and you yawn, the hug and the good morning kiss, and sharing a drink and that breath when we wake are just some of the things that I miss. Please take care of our children, love, and tell them I wanted to stay, tell them I'm sorry I couldn't be here, and tell them I love them each day, and tell them I feel every tear that they cry, and I hear every prayer that they pray, and assure them the pain that I lived with is gone, and I'll see them again someday.
That's quite sad, isn't it? I won't play a sound. Dating, when you're a bit more mature, it's quite difficult because there's nowhere to go, is there really? Apart from Wood Street and hang out with all the people that are trying to date that are your children's age, which is a bit awful. Anyway, my dating days are over. Luckily, I met somebody at the start of this year, completely by accident. It was her fault, not mine. I'd given up. It was a very happy accident. This is a song called Splendour. Dave, can I just have a touch more time? We have a monitor. Please. Brilliant, thank you. Oh, incidentally, it's probably, sounds obvious, but it's really cold up here, so for those of us that are finger picking, it's actually quite difficult. So if I miss a few notes, that's why. This doesn't happen every day. Something comes your way, you're giving up the ghost. A compliment from you, a ball from the blue. Something, nothing, I suppose. I've seen you from afar, the pretty girl you are. I never would have thought. February night, we drive out of sight so we could not get cold. It's never been so simple, flawless and unequal. Starting to believe that you have worked your magic, spared me from the tragic. I have to tell you, Eve, no choice but surrender to you and all your splendor. No choice but surrender to you and all your splendor. Love's got the best of me. I just went to ground, but we recovered from our fall. This feels so natural. I'm feeling safe and sound. For years I had no clear direction, rejected imperfection. My life so hit and miss. Now I ignore my silly head, trust my heart just as you said. Thanks for leading me to this, 'cause it's never been so simple, flawless and unequal. Starting to believe that you have worked your magic, spared me from the tragic. I have to tell you, Eve, no choice but surrender to you and all your splendor. No choice but surrender to you and all your splendor. No choice but surrender to you and all your splendor, to you and all your splendor, to you and all your splendor, to you and all your splendor.
So yeah, the normal problem when you're on stage is that it gets really, really unexpectedly hot. And that is not actually a problem. But it's probably good for that sensitive singer-songwriter thing. 'Cause, you know, oh my god, he's so sad, he's actually fucking shivering. That's perfect.
He's taking the hit. Out comes the aircon control.
Yeah, we've got a sweepstake going on how many mentions it's going to take. The instruments are getting damaged here.
Actually, could we have all of your candles up here?
No, don't.
This is a new song. It's called the Departure Lounge.
Have you ever heard a song with polar bear in it?
Each one has a special Canadian theme.
Thank you.
Cool. I live in Street in Somerset, this little village. Has anyone ever been there? To buy shoes or discount items? Clark's Village, sorry, Street in Somerset.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm from there, it's a Quaker town. We have...
I have smoke in the street.
I should have said I'm from Street, and it's a Quaker town, and it's got Wetherspoons, and it's got Envy. And Envy, as you might have guessed, is the name of the nightclub. And Envy is probably the one emotion I haven't felt when I've been in there. It is though terrible. It's really terrible. It's sticky floors, you know, feet stick to. Anyway, the kids love it. My daughter's old enough to go in there now, so I'm banned. But I wrote this before I was banned. This is a song about a typical night out in my village. And to be honest, every time it happened, I was so excited about it and really up for it and stuff. And gradually, through the evening, I realised. Bit out of tune, sorry. Don't matter. It's 5:15 on a Saturday, September 24, and James Alexander Gordon has finished with the scores. And that win for Aston Villa takes them up a place to 9th. But we better turn it off though, 'cause we're going out tonight. Gonna take a shower, put some product in my hair, and for some stupid reason choose my favourite underwear. I kinda wanna find out if my friends are smart or cash, but then I'll have to try to find a word to rhyme with cash. So I settle for the polo shirt and I make my way to town. I must be doing something wrong, I've got my collar down, and this guy who's standing next to me is swimming in cologne. Is it any wonder that he's standing there alone? And a bloke I've never met asks if I'm out for the duration. I'm not a betting man, but I imagine he's called Jason, and the quiz machine has gobbled up yet another quid. I could have sworn Clint Eastwood started Honey, I Shrunk the Kid. I take a look around me, I'm the oldest here by far, and a kid I used to babysit is propping up the bar. And the barman knows it's my turn, but he really doesn't care. I wonder if he'd serve me if I didn't have ginger hair. I wave my cash and I catch his eye, and I get my round at last. And the bell rings and I check my watch, it's only 1:15. We finish up and hastily get chivied out the door, being careful not to step in all the vomit on the floor. And they're queuing for the nightclub, so we tag on at the end. And suddenly the bouncer has 100 closest friends. And finally they let us in, and we pay the hefty fee, which leaves enough for water and a double UKD. We're nearly there. A fight breaks out and a bouncer pushes me out of the way, and I could be sat at home right now watching Match of the Day. And I think the DJ's new to this, 'cause it's like a nasty dream.
If he puts on place your hands again, I swear I'm gonna scream. And you recognize the girls who just came stumbling through the door, 'cause they're in your phone as Joyride and as Mrs. 10 to 4. You just do one more circuit, maybe someone's in your league. Well, I'm sorry mate, I've had enough, I really need to leave. So I get my coat and I follow as the light waves trickle out by a punch bowl in a nightclub. What's all that about? And a $5 for a taxi, I decide to walk instead. I'm getting far too old for this, I just wanna be in bed.
Thank you. I'm just sorry to talk afterwards. I apologise for my voice there. I couldn't put it any lower than that because there's no more room. So sorry about that. Anyway.
That song has just been purchased by the Somerset Tourist Board to advertise Street. My next tune is humorous, but not as funny as that. I don't think it would produce any laughs, but I wanted to write a tune about the excitement that a young man or a boy feels when he first starts dating seriously and has learned to French kiss and is thinking about terms like first base and second base and that kind of thing. And so this is in no way intended to be a serious song. It's called I Fancy You. That's my prompt list. I've never performed this one. Primitive urges strong, stronger each time I'm near you. Can't hold out too long. Love the arrangement of your pretty features. Don't go and tell all your friends that this crazy fool's driving you round the bend, 'cause I fancy you. Wanna do things to you, things I dared to mention. The pull of desire slips through. I also out with the best of intentions. Don't go and tell all your friends. I don't want much more than a bragging bright school, 'cause I fancy you. Guitar solo. Synapses go berserk on all your finer detail. Resistance will never work. I'm blaming your temptress for making me fail. Don't go and tell your friends. Baby, don't shame me, I will make amends, because I fancy you. But I wanna get past first base. You want it to be romantic. A moment has gone to waste. You push the pause button on my naughty antics. Don't go and tell your friends I'm so incorrect and my chances are wrecked, 'cause I fancy you. I fancy you, I fancy you, I fancy you. I fancy you, I fancy you, I fancy you. I fancy you, I fancy you, I fancy you. I fancy you, I fancy you. Oh, I fancy you. It's a beauty.
I feel bad, all my songs should change. This thing is particularly fun. called The Last in East, which is about a dedicated to a friend of mine who died a couple months ago.
God, don't let me live longer than the last of needs to taste. I know we're gonna need her help when I've turned to lung and bone. My eyes turn to hospital windows and the trees outside are capillaries freezing up. God grant my friends to be fortunate in their dependencies. Let them always know the moment to give up. Let their wells run dry. Only once they've left the well behind, let their cans be broken long before they have to leave. This is what we come to our end. Homes as bright as filaments wanna shine through the skin. This is what we come to. God, let this tattoo last just a little longer than I do. It tells the only story I have to tell. It's the marking of the place, the painting on the wall of a cave, the graven promise and the will.
Sing for me. No. Get ready for
Okay, it's me again. Thanks for coming back. It was, I'd like to say this is I've never ever done this sort of thing before. It's really, really fun. It's really nice just to do something and then relax and watch the other guys. Really enjoyable. This is a new song. It's I don't know if any of you have ever been in love, and
No.
this is really, really romantic. This is a song for Steve and Eve, because they it is Eve. Yeah, saying Eve.
It took me 30 years to somebody whose name rhymed with mine. That was it. Match made in heaven.
Gone out with Steve, another guy.
I could have gone with Steve, yeah. That would have been ever so slightly strange though. Alan Partridge, and Steve.
Anyway, that's nothing to do with this song. This is a new song, like I say. It hasn't really got a name, but it's for Steve and Eve, and it's called if you can think of a name, if you can think of a name for it, you can give it to me afterwards. Right?
It should be called Stephen H. Shouldn't it?
Yeah.
Adam and Eve.
I'll be a Terry if you'll be my June, the book you curl up with on a grey afternoon. I'll be a soldier if you'll be my Ed. I'll be your Wilma and you'll be my Fred. And I'll be the snowflake you catch on your tongue. I'll be the couch when your day's work is done. I'll be the pencil and you'll be the ruler. I'll be your fat Sam if you'll be my Tallulah. Oh, my Tallulah. I'll be the armpit if you'll be the crutch, the film on your touch screen if you'll be the touch. I'll be the camera if you'll be the pose. I'll be a Jack babe if you'll be my Rose. And I'll be the light bulb if you'll be the moth, your frown and your face paint if you'll be the goth. And I'll be a new car with one lady owner. I'll be a Shrek babe if you'll be my Fiona. My Fiona. I'll be a forest if you'll be my clough, the blade on your 9-9 when you're in the rough. I'll be your ripped jeans if you'll be my bros. I'll be your Goldman if you'll be my wasp. And I'll be the roll plug if you'll be the screw. You're in off the pink babe if you'll be the cue. And I'll be the basket and you'll be the wash. I will be David and you can be Posh. And I'll be the snowflake you catch on your tongue. I'll be the couch when your day's work is done. Yeah, I'll be the office if you be the cleaner. I'll be a bride if you'll be my Angelina. My Angelina.
I'll be your Angelina.
On YouTube. Sorry.
It's actually suddenly got very warm up here, so I'm just going to...
You turn the heating down a bit.
No, don't turn it down, but...
You got to remember.
Guitars don't respond very well to changes in temperature, do they? It's my excuse anyway. Okay, so normally if I do a full set of I don't know, 12, 15 songs, it's peppered with political stuff because I am very interested in politics, and particularly by the Americans. They fascinate me. They're insanely dangerous people, as opposed to our Canadian friends, of course. I think the Canadians are worried by the Americans, aren't you?
Oh yes.
Constantly, yeah. So I wrote this song shortly after the American voted for George Bush for a second time. Now, I think you can make one mistake, but when you've put up somebody for 4 years and you decide to make that mistake for another 4 years, then you are tossers, really. But to a certain extent, in the States, it doesn't matter who's in charge because it's run by Jewish corporate bankers And so, although this is called Our Friend Georgie Boy, it essentially is aimed at any leader of apparently God's greatest nation, I reckon. That means your friends, doesn't it? So this is called Our Friend Georgie Boy. Watch out if Georgie gets annoyed. You're playing host to his soldier boys. Gate crashers you'll grow to hate. Do as you're told before it's too late. And if George don't like the look of you, there's no telling what he'll do. You might just get a holiday in his old secluded bay. They call it Guantanamo. Such a torment, this peacemaker, supplier to the undertaker, driver of the global purse. Questions later, killing first. Bully boys don't come much worse than our friend Georgie Boy. George has just one tool to trade. For bully boys, it's tailor-made. Stare down the barrel of his gun. Without his shooter, he's no fun. Says he spreads democracy, but in his eyes it's clear to see a killer instinct so distressing. But he's on the rampage without blessing. No one needs to do more confessing than our friend Georgie Boy. His paranoia is intense. His rape and pillage makes no sense. Georgie treats his wars like playground fights. He gives his playmates sleepless nights. He says spreading freedom's what he'll do, and he claims he does it all for you. So Georgie's gonna do the rounds, but if you don't have oil, you're safe and sound. Such a terror, this peacemaker, supplier to the undertaker, driver of the global hearse, scourge of the universe. Bully boys don't come much worse than our friend Georgie Boy. Sing along. Our friend Georgie Boy. Our friend Georgie Boy. Come on, guys. Our friend Georgie Boy. Once more. Our friend Georgie Boy. But with friends like these, who needs enemies? You scare me, Georgie Boy. And you ain't my friend, Georgie Boy.
To be fair, they actually only voted for him once.
Well, I know. Yes, you're right. But, so yeah, they may have changed the second. Yeah.
This is a song called Colleges. It's about nobody here's from Oxford, right? Nobody, excellent. Good, 'cause it's about breaking into an Oxford college one. paranoid whenever I play around there that there's going to be some Don from Oxford who's going to come up to the end of the stage.
Did you break into a college?
In my academic career, no. Who's asking? This is called the
Morse. I think it's Morse.
Well, the Greystones cried rain for their homes in the ground, and we hung to each other of our homes in the sound of a shanty for sailors who never came home, but they're okay out there somewhere unknown. We took things from those rich kids they could never replace. We didn't know they had them, and we didn't leave a trace. We took paintings that hid safes, left spaces on walls where we'd taken everything that our hearts could hold. We took through the closed colleges, enchanted, credulous, closing tremulous fists. It was moving so fast, but we were ready for it. The sign said it didn't belong in that place, but I knew it did anyway. Each other's hands, and the best thing we left was each other's hands. Lonely as submarine lights that ride at home. We'll be okay out there somewhere unknown. As I'm through the closed colleges, enchanted, credulous, closing tremulous fists, moving so fast we were ready for it. The sign said we didn't belong in that place, but I knew it anyway. So through the colleges, enchanted, credulous, closing tremulous fists. It was moving so fast and we were ready for it. The sign said we didn't belong in that place, but I knew it did anyway.
Cool, that's great. Most of my songs you might have noticed have been cheerful. This one not so. I'm usually a kind of happy guy. Sometimes I need a little bit more to make me happy. Quite hard to explain, really. This is quite a new song as well. It hasn't really got a name. It's called The Conjurer, but it hasn't really got a name. It's also called a short song about things I've never been. Never been a smoker, but I'll share that one with you.
I've never been a fighter, but I'll put up one for you. I've never been a drinker, okay, maybe one or two, because it helps to take the edge off being me. I've never been a gambler, but I'll take a chance on you. I'll play my winning hand and then I'll offer it to you. I've never been the dancer, but I want this one with you, because you make me feel a little less like me. Yeah, you help to take the edge off being me. I went to all the lessons, but I never made the grade. I always read the rules, but I'm never in the game. I'm often out of focus, but I'm always in the frame. I've never been a conjurer, but I'll make us disappear. Baby could go anywhere, anywhere from here. I'm only really happy when I'm lying in your arms, because you make me feel a little less like me. Yeah, you help to take the edge off being me.
Thank you. Not ready yet?
Sorry.
That was quick.
I know, to make up for that.
Okay, a dark song, I'm afraid, but something that I feel needs to be said. This is close to home, and about 20 months ago, very sadly, some young lady got abducted from Suju's in a taxi, taken out to Southern Forest and murdered. And that was shocking. But what was even more shocking was I watched Facebook over the 2 or 3 days that they didn't know where she was, and people were saying things like, okay, let's get a posse together, go and catch the bloke and cut his nuts off. And people were out there graffitiing on walls, "We love you, Sean," having never even met the girl. And it was really quite sickening. And that to me is the greatest example of how vile social networking is. I didn't grow up in an area of that. If I wanted to talk to my mates, I'd go and knock on their door and we'd go out and have a game of football. Now people can bully you when you're in your own home by texting you. Facebook bullied one of my students and they committed suicide. And it's a fucking evil. And any of you that were involved in plastering message on Facebook about Sean, how sad it was when you never even knew her, shame on you. This is called Close to Home. Sleepy, peaceful town where nothing much goes on was suddenly aroused when it was set upon by hacks and TV news. You had to feel the worst as neighbours gave their views, the chapter and the verse. You may be shaken to the core. Girls won't go out alone. It hurts so much more when it's close to home. Full of thoughts that in cold light of the day seem thoughtless and absurd,
Stuff some people say, graffiti and harsh words are glib and in bad taste. When a family needs time, a family needs space, shaken to the core, 'cause one go out alone. Yeah, it hurts so much more when it's close to home. Careful what you say, you disrespect the dead. You think you honor her, but choose brevity instead. If anger's what you feel, don't trade it for remorse. Let reason be your guide, and let justice take its course. You may be shaken to the core, 'cause one got out alone. It hurts so much more when it's close to home. I can understand passions will run wild, and I kill the fucking neck of anyone who touched my child. But this knee-jerk mob may well react and then regret settling a score for a girl they never met. Shaken to the core, 'cause one got out alone. It hurts so much more when it's close to home. You cannot feel their pain, you cannot feel the wrench. Your mindless thirst for blood is a thirst that can't be quenched. So I won't give up the cause, the arrows or the slings. I'll leave that up to you. You drama queens and kings, you may be shaken to the core. Yeah, 'cause won't go out alone. It's 'cause it hurts so much more when it's close to home. Such a lovely girl deserves to rest in peace. Let your vile reactions fade, and let those who knew her grieve.
Buzzing throughout the whole thing. I didn't want to dive across the stage and man dies in horrible folk rock incident. currently on contention to be on our forthcoming album, but we're not totally sure yet. It's called Scared of Me.
Elizabeth, tonight didn't seem to suit us all. I fear it found me looking old. So what if we keep it inside? In case we lose it, it won't last long out in the cold. And I would bet the light it won't fall kindly. Yeah, I know I've looked better. So just keep yourself indoors. Don't you smile for anyone. I don't wanna know what you're thinking. I was so scared for us that you were scared of me. I was so scared for us, you were scared of me. There will be rooms with pills on tables. There will be siren nights with hospitals. There will be autumn trees shedding leaves on funerals. I had to wait downstairs, 'cause your mascara ran and I saw it lift the scales from your eyes. And your roommate must have seen that this would be the last time you very likely thought it was a good thing. There will be rooms with bills on tables. There will be siren nights with hospitals. There will be autumn trees shedding leaves on funerals. I was so scared for us, you were scared of me. I was so scared for us, you were scared of me. I was so scared for us, you were scared of me. I was so scared for us.
I think it should go on the album. I mean, I haven't heard the rest of it. The rest of the song. For what it's worth. Great. This is my last chance to talk, I think. So thank you for having me personally. These guys obviously got some more songs to go. Thanks Steve for organising it, for giving me a chance to come up, and Dave for doing the sound. Perfect time. Yeah. Dave not only did the sound, he's also the smoke king. Perfectly timed smoke bar blast. I've put a few flyers on the bar there for a website if you're interested. Come and have fun online and stuff. This is a song.
Buy a CD, buy a CD, buy a CD.
Oh, I do have a few CDs if you're interested.
Buy a CD.
So, this song's not on the CD. This song is about a guy I met in a bar in Amsterdam. It is very amusing. You're right to laugh. Yes, sorry, I was in Amsterdam. I met a guy. he looked a little bit down. I chatted to him for a bit, and it turned out that his girlfriend of 6 weeks, he just discovered that she was a lady of the night, and that she worked mostly windows. And this is a song about the way I saw their conversation go. My voice may well break in the middle of this. I apologise, and I'll try and improvise if it does. But thank you for bearing with me. Take care. I'm Nick Parker.
I hope you're okay. I don't really know how to start. I know that I love you and I think you love me, but I feel like we're drifting apart. Dear Sebastian, I know what you mean. I guess I've had lots on my mind, but know that I love you and know that I care, and know I won't leave you behind. Could we at least try? Could we at least try? I don't mean to pry, but something just doesn't feel right. You don't leave the house till the sun has gone down, and seem to be working all night. Dear Sebastian, I need to come clean. My life isn't quite what it seems. I work in the city like I told you I did, but my office is out on the street. Could we at least try? Could we at least try? Let's call it a day. I meant all that I said before, but if I can't have you all to myself, Larissa, I don't want you at all. Forgive me, Sebastian, I beg you to stay, and I meant what I said at the start. It's only my body that I lend to these men. Sebastian, you have my heart. Sebastian, you have my heart. Could we at least try? Could we at least try?
A few thank yous, I think. Firstly, thanks as ever to Dave for hosting an event like this, which is, you know, it's there's a lot of pubs that just want covers bands every night of the week, and Dave's a very adventurous landlord, and it's a lovely room to play in, so I thank him for that. My dad and his entourage, and Deirdre, my lovely colleague. Sounds like an Oscar acceptance speech, this, doesn't it? But it's not. But thanks for coming. Annie, Wayne, Paul. Our musical careers go back 30 odd years, and nice to see him again. He's playing guitar and writing again, so hopefully he might be on one of these in the future. Ray for taking pickies. And it's been, it would be easy for me to say that I've enjoyed these two guys, but it really has been fantastic being the filling to this wonderful musical sandwich. That's a compliment. A musical slice of bread. And so, yeah, cool. I wasn't sure what song I was going to play last, actually. I was going to play Happy One, but I've changed my mind last minute. I'm going to write a song that I wrote at Christmas. Yes, seriously. When my daughter was born on Christmas Day, and my son on the 27th of December, 5 years apart, so my son will be 19 this year, and my daughter will be 14 on Christmas Day. Well, when she was 10, so this goes back 4 years, she brought me a Christmas wish list, and she explained it all to me, and then I said, so shall we put out the little glass of milk and the carrot? She said, Dad, I know none of that's true. You get all the presents from that, don't you? And I said yes. And actually, if you're a parent, that's a really, really sad moment when kids stop believing in all that stuff. It genuinely is. So that was the first Christmas where neither of my children put up with my ridiculous Santa down the chimney, Rudolph Likes a Carrot stories. And I realised that as much as kids have growing pains when they're grown up, I think we do as parents, because we move from being a parent as they get older to a friend, brackets taxi driver, brackets bank of mum and dad, all that kind of stuff. But I'm a friend to my kids now more than I'm a father, to be honest. So this is a song that I wrote for me, really. This is called Growing Pains and Growing Up. Hey little girl, now that you don't believe, my little girl, forgive me if daddy needs to grieve. I saw the wonder in your eyes, helped along by my white lies. But I know that all good things must end, and there are truths I cannot bend, though I wish sometimes I could put a stop to your growing pains and your growing up. My little boy, now you're a young man, not a kid. My lovely boy, seems you don't need me like you did. Days of fun and playing games may soon be gone, and that's a shame. I know that all good things must end, and there are truths I cannot bend, though I wish sometimes I could put a stop to your growing pains and your growing up. You talk me through your Christmas list, the optionals and the can't be missed. What happened to the days when you just wished? They have long since disappeared. To really 10 and 15 years of father time won't ever be dismissed. My duty's almost done, and I at risk. Hey little girl, now you're putting your makeup on. My lovely boy, your innocence going, gone. I know it's just a change of name, and you're gonna love me all the same. But I'm not going to pretend towards a friend, something that I find easy to adopt. I guess I'm never gonna stop my growing pains and growing up. My growing pains and growing up. My growing pains and growing up. My growing pains and growing up.
Yeah, thanks Steve for putting tonight on. Really nice, and it's a beautiful venue too, so thanks for having us all. And we are at Reichenbach Falls, which is just made in right, but is in fact a band, and we are thusly on Facebook and Twitter and everything else, so if you're on any of those things, come and look us up. And we have an EP that'll be coming out early next year, so if you follow us and like us and all the other stuff that the kids do, then you'll be able to hear news about it. And hopefully, yeah, we'll see you in Swindon again, maybe. This is a song from the EP. It's called "In the Wreckage."
Such a cold day in December. It's a miracle we burn low. I walk with the blast and remember I felt myself feeling it all. I heard it as if from a distance. I felt it like a fist to the chest. And I followed the smoke and the siren back to where we put ourselves to rest. That last time I sifted the ash through my fingers and settled like snow in my heart. And I walked around in the wreckage while the street lamps announced the dark. And I was getting dark too. There were things in the wreckage dead before the blast. There were things about you I remember, memories before they pass. And I think of you as a memory, and I know that I'm just the same. never have to fall again. And oh, there are things in the wreckage dead before the blast. There were things about you I remember, memories before they passed. There were things in the wreckage dead long before. There were things about you I remember, but I'm not sure. Yeah, I was searching through the wreckage. We saw through it all. We walked through the wreckage. It was a miracle. It was a miracle. It was a miracle.
Thank you very much, folks. Thanks for coming out on a really cold, miserable,
Yeah, that was a good
night.
effort.
Oh, we get
Um,
paid on the way out.
Nick's driven up 3 hours it took him to get here. God knows how long it's going to take to get back. You've got to go back A420 to Oxford. Have a safe journey home. Thanks very much for coming. Hopefully you come see us again in February next time we do this. Thank you. Thanks very much.